For this question, we really just have to use the area of a triangle formula, which is A is equal to 1/2 times base times height. Now, the one tricky part here is figuring out what is the base and what is the height, right? Because they give us three different lengths and we don't know which one is which, right? But they give us a hint in that they're telling us that this is a right triangle, right? So there's going to be height, a base, and then the hypotenuse. So really, if we can figure out of these three values, which is the biggest one, we'll know the base and the height, and then we can figure out the area, right? So if you don't have a calculator, plugging this into your calculator to figure out the biggest one would be the best way. But if you don't have your calculator, we could just rewrite these all in terms of radicals, right? So like 2 root 2 is the same thing as root 8. What I did was basically just square the 2 and put it back in the radical, right? We can do the same thing for 6 root 2. Is going to be the same thing as 36 times root 2, which is the same thing as root 72. And then, of course, our third length is going to be root 80. Therefore, our triangle is going to look like root 80 as the hypotenuse, and then we'll have like root 72 and then root 8 as the legs, right? So with that, we can plug it into our equation. So we know that A is equal to 1/2 2 root 2 times 6 root 2, okay? So that's going to be A is equal to 2 times 6 is going to be 12. Root 2 times root 2, that's going to be 2. So that's going to be basically 24 over 2, or in other words, A is equal to 12, okay? So again, the only reason I did this part is if you didn't have a calculator and you didn't know which one of these three was the biggest, then that would be an easy way to do it. Just make them all in terms of radicals, and then you be very quickly can solve which one is the biggest, know that that's the hypotenuse, and the other one would be your base and height, and that would allow you to properly put in the right values into the formula for the area of a triangle.